Hi ladies! Okay, so as you can see, looking a bit better now. Washed my hair, straightened it, drawn some eyebrows on and put some mascara on. Well, actually this is yesterday's, to be fair, so it's kind of like yesterday's makeup. So, where do I start? Well, last time I spoke to you, I was like high as a cloud on tramadol, so it was like in super slow-mo, and like, I don't know if you heard, but like if you go back and listen to the video, Matt's actually like whispering words to me because I just literally could not think of the words to say. Like my mind is just blank, and like your way of thinking and your way of talking and your way of like acting and moving, it just like super slow-mo's down. So anyway, so after I made that video, the come down from the tramadol was a bit weird. Like you go from feeling like amazing to like kind of like, oh god, I'm shaking. Like I started like I was watching telly with Matt and I was just like shaking, and I was like, Matt, what's going on? And it was okay. Like I guess it's just your body's like way of reacting. So whatever. So then I went to bed and I woke up in the morning. There wasn't too much bleeding. Like I thought it was just going to be loads, but the lady said like, oh, I did a really good job, so I'm guessing that she managed to get most of it. I don't know. Like I heard stories of people saying like, oh, I bled for like 6 weeks, or I bled for 4 weeks, or I bled for 2 weeks, or I bled for a day. So like I really didn't know what to expect, so I just kind of went with the flow. And yeah, so as of now, like I'm not bleeding. There's just like a bit of like brown, just like discharge, whatever, but it's like not a lot. Like panty liner need it, you know, that's all I need. So yeah, moving on from that. So I woke up in the morning on the day after feeling all right. But then like 7 o'clock hit, and like suddenly I got like these cramps, so I was like, I really don't feel like I need to be like dealing with this pain right now. So I had some naproxen and some paracetamol, and then it went, so that was fine. But I wanted to make this video for you guys because I wanted to tell you all about the surgery. I just sort of go into details a bit more, because I couldn't really go into details much because I was high as a cloud when you last saw me. So it all started really, so what's today? Monday. So I went in Friday, wasn't it? Yeah, Friday. So I'll think about it because all my days are just like blending into one at the moment where I'm not at work. So Thursday night I'd like pre-cooked some sausages just so I could like eat them in the morning, but where I was only allowed to eat up until 7 AM, and they said like tea and toast, and I was like, there is no way I'm just going to eat a piece of toast because I will be hungry again in half an hour. So I cooked some sausages the night before. Hello, Harry. Say hi, ladies.
I'm
okay.
totally looking for my blankies again.
They're downstairs.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay, so I pre-cooked the sausages the night before so I could just microwave them. Now, I didn't realise that Matt had actually done this. It didn't actually click until we were in the hospital. But at about, what was it, 6:30, 6:45, I called up to him and I said, Matt, I've cooked the sausages and I've fried off some eggs. Do you want some? And he was like, yeah. So he like came down and he was like quite tired, like I was. But like, because I was quite, I don't know, I was quite calm. I wasn't like a nervous wreck. I wasn't like shaking. I wasn't like, oh my god. Like, I was actually quite calm. So, you know, like you saw on the video, like I was smiling and I was all right. And I guess I just wanted it over with, like, because they made me wait like 10 days. That's like a really long time, especially like over Christmas and New Year, where everyone's like, Happy New Year, Happy Christmas. And I'm like, actually, I've had a really crap one. But, you know, I'm really pleased that everyone, you know, else had a good Christmas. That's really cool. So we had our sausages and eggs at like, it was about like 10 to 7 by the time we'd finally sat down. I was like, quick, I've only got like 10 minutes, quick. And I had like a sip of lemonade and whatever, and then I was just allowed water from then onwards. Well, I thought the morning was really going to drag, but Harry hadn't actually got out of bed yet, but he was really hot when he woke up, and I was like, oh no, like what's going on? And he was like coughing and he was hot and he was just like shaking, and And I was like, oh my God, like, I don't really need this. I need this day to go just, like, really smoothly. So, of course, I rung up the the doctors at 8 o'clock, like, bang on 8 o'clock. Ring. Finally managed to get through about, like, I don't know, 5 minutes past, whatever. And I said, my toddler's got a temperature. Have you got any, like, appointments or emergency appointments or whatever? She said, oh, I've got a routine one. I was like, oh, perfect. So I said, I need to, like, be out the house by about 11:30. What time's the appointment? She said, like, 10:10. Or was it 20 past 9. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's fine. So we all got, like, washed and dressed. Got in the car, took Harry to the doctor's. Only had to wait, like, maybe 10 minutes, which was, like, really lucky because if we'd have had to wait, like, any longer, it would have, like, totally thrown our day out because although I had packed, like, we weren't, like, I hadn't really got Harry, like, ready to go to Matt's mum's or whatever. So, like, my mindset, I didn't want to be, like, coming home, grabbing my bag, grabbing Harry's little bag, and then, like, throwing us all in the car, dropping him off at Matt's mum's, and then just, like, dashing to the hospital. I didn't really want it to be like that. Because I tend to get a bit anxious, like, when we're running late. So it was alright. So we got out of the doctor's probably about, I don't know, 25 to 11. And Matt said, oh, we need loo roll and we need a few bits from Asda. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, keep my mind, you know, occupied and whatever. So we went to Asda, we picked up a few bits. We only spent maybe 15 minutes in there and then we live right near it. So we drove home. We dropped Harry off at about 22:12. Something like that. 20 to 12, I think it was. And then we drove from there to our local hospital, and it's like quite a big one. So you like park and then you have to walk through. Luckily it was on the ground floor, but like you know hospitals where you like walk through corridors and then like double doors and whatever. So, but we'd already done the route before when I went for my pre-op assessment, so we kind of knew where we were going. So it wasn't like as slow. We didn't have to like ask anyone like, oh, where's the ward, whatever. So anyway, we got there literally about 5 to 12 o'clock, something like that. Like, we were running on time. Gave her my name, and by this point, I don't know, I was a little bit anxious, but, like, it wasn't until, like, all the nurses and doctors were, like, calling me into the room and, like, putting my wristband on and stuff like that it started to get, like, quite real. So, like I said, I got in there at 12, and we waited for all of literally 5 minutes in the waiting room. The anaesthetic guy came to get us, brought us into a room, went through a few things like, have you got any loose crowns, caps, stuff in your mouth, any loose teeth, any dentures, whatever, stuff like that, any allergies, have you got asthma, are you unhealthy in any, you know, form? And he was more like concerned about my breathing because I was obviously going to have a tube down my throat. So he made me like tip my head back, and he checked all here and like down the back of my throat, see like the, don't know, the gap in the airway, whatever. See if the tube was alright to go in my throat, I guess, I don't know. So that was okay, but I was like trying not to think about it because if I thought about it, then it was going to be real, it's going to be worse, and I was going to be anxious. So by this point, he said like, oh, do you feel sick? And I actually didn't. Like, I was expecting to get there and be like, right, put the cannula in my hand right now, you know, just get some sort of anti-sickness thing in me, like, please, just, I really don't feel very well. But I actually felt alright. Did you find them?
No.
They're on the sofa, sweetheart.
No, I can't find them on the sofa.
Oh, blub, 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 blub. Yes, you can. Come here. Say hi, ladies. Hi, ladies. You can wave.
I'm a bit shy.
No, you're not. You're fine. Oh, we're so ill in this household. So, yeah, so where was I? So the anaesthetic guy just went through a few things, and then he left. He brought us back out into the, like, main waiting area, and then don't touch the screen, plean Harry, do you want to go downstairs then, yeah? So, yeah, we got brought out into the waiting room, but then, like, within about another, like, 10-15 minutes, like, I had this magazine, and Matt was like, oh, put it in your bag, they're calling us. So I like put it in my bag, but as soon as I got it out again, I just started reading. Like, I didn't actually get through. I wanted to find out about like Katie Price and whatever, and I didn't actually get through the whole article because like the nurse then came to get us, and then she was like, "Oh, okay, so you can like stay in this room now, and you know you're going to be waiting here for the duration until we call you." So I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." So we get like our own private room. Now, what I hadn't realised was I hadn't even noticed Matt also hadn't eaten anything since like 7:15 in the morning. So it was now, what, like 12:30, and he hadn't eaten anything, and he was really hungry and getting really grumpy, but he didn't really show it much, but like I was wondering like why he was acting a bit weird. And then he was like the room was so hot, like I don't even know why it was so, bless you, I don't even know why it was so hot in that room. Like the sun was literally at our window. We had the curtains closed, but it was so hot, we were like both so drowsy in the room. And then from 12:30, it seemed really weird, like how the time kind of went quickly-ish. Well, like within about another 20 minutes, like another lady came in and she had to take some blood because where my Reese is negative, they had to take some more blood from me because they said they like lost it. They took like 2 bottles and the most important one they'd lost, so they had to do it again, but they'd already taken blood on this arm, so they had to take blood on that arm, and I was bruised like both places. So, and then yeah, then what happened? So then you can just picture it, can't you? Like we're both really groggy in the room and whatever, but you know it was all right. Like I was quite anxious, but not. What? I love you. So then so it got to about 2:30, and I was like, you know, surely we've got to be called now because they start like surgeries and whatever from 1:30 onwards. It was going to be between 1:30 and 4 o'clock. So anyway, at about 2:45, a nurse came in, but I don't know if she was like a nurse or like a porter or what, but Matt called her a porter, you know, the people that just like take you from like ward to ward. So she said, okay, just bring your bag and we'll go up to one ward, drop your bag off and then come down. So Matt came with me, even though like apparently he wasn't allowed, whatever, I don't know. So he came with us, and then I had to go like into a little room to wait, just whilst the surgeons were just, I don't know, like tying up something, I don't know. And then I got called in, so then Matt went, and it was about 2:50 when I walked in. And I walked in, they brought me round and showed me like these double doors. And it was really dramatic. It was just like the last surgery I had. So like the 2 doors opened, walked in, and there was like these massive like lights, but it wasn't just like one bulb. There was like lots of little lights within, you know, this one big dish. And I looked round to the left and there was like 2 syringes. One was like a milky consistency, one was a clear one, and it was the anaesthetic that was going to put me to sleep. So I kind of like, it was really weird though, because as I walked in, there was like, if anyone's ever got a tattoo, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It was like a black leather like couch thing that you sit on, lie on. So they put a sheet on, but before that, like they were making me wait ages. Like I'm not quite sure what was going on, but they were a bit like not quite ready. So I was kind of stood there like taking it all in, like I'm freaking out, guys, I'm freaking out, like oh my god. I was looking at everything, and I saw like there's like medication boxes, I saw like the pipes and wires and all the like machines, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm going to my death, like this is awful. And I didn't even know what to think. I was just so standing there in awe, like wow, like it was such a bright room as well. It really made you just like look around like whoa. So I kind of took all that in because it was quite interesting, like all the stuff. So there was like a clock on the side and like loads of writing and whatever. So they put like a sheet down, got me to lie on the bed and untuck like my gown, and then like stuck heart monitor things all over my chest. And then they put the cannula in my hand. I think you can still see the bruise. Yeah, you can, just there. You can actually see there's like a little dot there. That was from my last surgery I had, which just go back to like loads of videos and you'll see why that was. So yeah, so they put the cannula in my hand and I like looked at it and I was like, yay, it's pink. And because I had a pink cannula before, and that's like the first thing I said when I woke up. I was like, yay, pink, and you know, whatever, a bit high, you know. So they had, because of my funny blood, I had to have another anti-D injection. So I'd actually managed to beat it up here, and they were like, oh, is it not here yet? Like, and that's like someone how to get it. And I was like, please don't give it to me when I'm awake. Like, please, like, I give you permission when I'm asleep, just stab it into my leg and just be done with it. They were like, yeah, we will, that's fine. Like, don't worry, but we just need to go and get it. And it's probably quicker if, like, one of us runs down there rather than, like, someone from the pharmacy bringing it up. So they were like, oh, I'll just be a minute. So they got me all prepared, all the things. They put, like, a mask over my face. But this was the really weird thing, though, but I'll explain in a bit. Like, I was all, like, bruised around here afterwards. But, so she said, right, this is going to start making you feel sleepy, but she said it might, like, sting a bit, so, like, wiggle your toes. And I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. Like, it didn't seem to have that effect on me last time. She was like, well, maybe it won't then, you'll be fine. Just some people say that it stings a bit, just, like, as it's coming up, you know, whatever. So I was, like, wiggling my toes, whatever, and then she injected me with the, like, milky one. And that was the one that was going to send me to sleep. And, like, before, when I had my other surgery, like, I remember, like, all these faces, and, like, the bloke's face was there, and he was like, right, you're going to start feeling sleepy now, Corinne. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And off I went. Whereas this time it was like, bang, and then, like, I was lying there, and, like, my eyes got heavier, and then that was it. Like, I could feel myself going under really quickly. It's really bizarre. Like, if anyone's never had, like, a general, it is the most weird and best feeling, I might add, in the world. It's just so weird. It's like you don't have any control over it. Like, with my other surgery, like, I tried to fight it. I was like, nope, my eyes are staying open, Oh, no, I'm asleep. But, like, this time I was just like, I don't know, I'd got to that place where I was just a bit like, right, this needs to happen. I've waited a long time for this, so let's just get it over with. So, like, I just, like, literally closed my eyes, and then I was gone. And the procedure only took between 10 to 15 minutes. And then after that, they wheel you, they, like, slide you across on a slide sheet onto a different trolley, wheel you out, and then you go into, like, emergency recovery. Well, not like with my other surgery, it took literally like 5-10 minutes for me to wake up, but this time it took about 25 minutes, and she was a little bit worried, but, like, not, like, too bad. I must have just been, like, super tired. I was like, no, I'm not waking up for no one, I'm just gonna take my time. But it is quite dangerous. Like, they like you to come round quickly, because you don't you shallow breathe, you don't, like, inhale, like, proper oxygen properly. So they've got, like, an oxygen mask on your face, but, like, until they start waking you up, and then you go and, like, take in all the oxygen, your oxygen saturation levels are just really crap. So I remember with my other surgery, I woke up and there was, like, a thing, like, going bing bing bing, where my oxygen saturation was just a load of crap. And this time it was doing exactly the same thing. And so I had my oxygen mask on for a little bit longer than I did last time. And I kind of, like, it was really weird. Like, I woke up and, like, I looked up, but I didn't have any, like, saline solution like I did last time. And then, like, I looked at my hand and it'd all been, like, taped up and everything, so, like, they didn't need that anymore. But then, like, as I was starting to, like, talk and come round, like, one of the first things she said to me was, are you in pain? And, like, normally I'm not really one to, like, make a fuss. Like, if I was in a bit of pain, I'd be like, no, it's fine, like, whatever. But, like, I was actually quite uncomfortable, and it's, like, one of those things where, like, what I've just been through, like, I really needed to not be in pain. I just really needed to be, like, at peace with pain and just be, like, really relaxed and just not feel anything. However, like, I've seen a couple of family members, like, have a really funny, awful effect with strong painkillers, and, like, they've been, like, throwing up and stuff and, like, feeling awful. So I was really concerned that, like, that was going to happen to me. And because I've got, like, an anxiety of throwing up anyway, I was like, oh God, please don't give anything to me that I'm going to be sick. Like, oh my God, where's the basket? Like, where's the bucket to throw up in? I need to, like, be prepared, whatever. She was like, okay, what we'll do. She said to me, I'll give you some tramadol. And I was like, oh God, that sounds, like, really strong. She was like, yeah, it is, but what I'll do is I'll give you half, and then, like, if it makes you feel sick, then we won't give you the rest. If it does nothing, we'll give you the other half. I was like, oh, okay, that's fair enough. We'll just do a half measure, and then we'll see what happens. So, she, like, flipped the cap up on my cannula. There was, like, two things. She, like, flipped one up, and that is massive. I can't, like, the syringes are literally, like, that big. I just can't get over it. Like, she, like, injected, like, half of it, and then, like, pulled it out. Oh, okay. That I'll tell you about in a minute. That's my eBay. I've got some things on there for sale, so I will let you know about that. You can grab some bargains. So, anyway, so she injected me the first lot, and, like, I was dozing in and out of sleep, and, like, I had my blood pressure cuff on, and it was just, like, inflating and deflating and whatever. and I was like lying there, and then got to about 10-15 minutes, and she was like, have you still got like the pain? And I said, yeah, I do, like I can still feel it, and I'm actually quite uncomfortable. So she said, oh, okay, here's the other half. So I injected the rest of it, and then gave me another like 10 minutes, and I was gone. I was like, that is amazing. Like, I was at peace, I was comfortable, I was relaxed, I was lying in the bed, like, I feel amazing right now, like, let's have some more of that, like, I like that. And she was like, oh good, you know, I'm like glad you're not in pain anymore. And then I saw my anaesthetic guy come in, and I was like I was just waving at everyone. I was like, hi. And he like came over, and I was like, was I really good? Was I okay? Was I good? And he was like, yeah, you were fine. I was like, oh good, thank you. And he was like, it's fine. And off he went. But like, what was really weird with my other anaesthetic when I came round from it was I had my oxygen saturation clip that they normally put on your finger. I actually had it on my foot, and I was like, I like looked down at my feet, and I was like, why is that on my foot? And she was like, your hands were like all over the place, like you were really unsettled and really just like flappy. And I was like, oh god, you know, sorry and whatever. And this time round, it was on my finger, and I was like, yes, I must have been like so out of it that I wasn't all like flappy and whatever. I was like, oh, it's on my finger. And she was a bit like, what are you on about? And then I like explained, and she was like, oh right, okay. But like, it's really funny, like, I naturally rest with like my arm up like that, but I had my my blood pressure cuff on, so I kept on like resting like that, and I was just like playing with my hair. And then she was like, Corinne, you need to put your arm down, because we can't do your blood pressure properly, like the cable's getting kinked and it's just reading funny. And I was like, oh god, I'm sorry. And then like, I don't know, my arm just went back up there again. And there was another nurse that like walked past. She was like, honey, you need to put your arm down because it's not reading. And I was like, I keep forgetting, I'm so sorry. It was so funny. Said, well, you know, you look like you're feeling a bit better and you're quite alert, so we're gonna like take you down to recovery ward now. And I was like, oh okay. So like she kind of like pushed, there was like another guy to like help push the beds, whatever, because it was on wheels, like pushed me down like around the corridor. I was like lying there like, I feel like the Queen, and she's like, oh that's nice. And then like we got into the lift, and she pressed the button, and I was like, I wanted to press the button. Oh, you did it already. Like, me and Harry have got this thing, like whenever we go into town or whatever, and we've got the lift button to press, he's like, I want to press it. I'm like, no, me. Oh, that's funny. But anyway, so I was like, oh, I wanted to press the button. Anyway, went down in the lift to like the next level, got into recovery, and then like I was right in front of like the nurses station bit where they've got all the nurses and the people that are on like reception and whatever. And I was like, God, I'm so hungry. She was like, oh good, well, you know, we'll get you some toast in a bit, like what do you want? And I was like, yeah, can I have like white bread with butter and jam? She was like, yeah, absolutely. She said, you drink tea or coffee? I was like, actually I drink hot chocolate, is that like a total pain? Like maybe I'll just have a glass of water. And she was like, oh no, like we've got hot chocolate. And I was like, oh amazing. Like, bearing in mind it was like 10 hours without any food, so I was just like, oh, I'm so hungry right now. So then I was just lying there, like, just kind of watching everyone go past, and then the main nurse, or doctor, whatever, I don't know who, if she was like a doctor or a nurse, whatever, but anyway, she came in, she was like, oh my god, I was trying to find you, I couldn't find you, whatever. I was like, oh hi, how did it go? And she was like, yeah, really good, I managed to do a good job, so, you know, you should be alright. And I was like, oh, thank you so much, like, thank you. And I was like, kind of been very nice, and she's like, it's fine, Corinne, it's fine. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, thank you so much for... No, everyone was just ridiculously kind and so sweet. It was so nice. And then there was a nurse there, and I said to her, like, because she was like, right, let's get you up, and you're going to go for a wee, right? So I was like, oh, okay, but, like, I feel like I'm going to gush. She was like, don't worry, like, we've got everything in place, we've got things, just relax. What we're going to do, we're going to stand up, and then if you feel like that's happening, you're just going to sit back down again, and we're just going to stand up, we're just going to take it really slowly. She was so sweet. Anyway, I stood up and I was fine, so I like, toddled off to the toilet. She was like, there's the toilet there, and I was like, oh, okay, and off I went. I wasn't really bleeding much, and it wasn't heavy, it wasn't clotty like some people had said. Like, it was just kind of, I don't know, it was just alright. So then came back to the ward, and I got changed, and then they rung Matt, and then I went into like another recovery bit, and then I kind of like lifted my feet up because it was like a recliner chair, and I was just reading a magazine and whatever. I had my toast, that was really good, that was amazing. And then yeah, and then he came to pick me up, but I was like still really high, so I was just like, oh Matt, and then I was like, Matt, I need to hold your hand because I feel a bit funny. But they gave me this tramadol and it was amazing and la 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 la, and I was just chatting like all the way home. And then we came to pick Harry up at Matt's mum's, and I was like, I've just had some tramadol, it was amazing. Do they do it in tablet form? Matt's mum was like, I don't know, like I don't think they were going to give you any more. I was like, why not? Like, I wish you could just buy it like off the shelf, because I would just be like, if I ever had a pain, I would just take it because it is amazing. She's like, yeah, I don't think that's a very good idea. But anyway, I was just like off on one. So then we drove home. It must have been about 6 o'clock when they rung Matt. Took him a good like 25 minutes to get here because of where we live. By the time we'd like picked up Harry and then got home, it was like 7 o'clock anyway, which was really good timing because that's when he goes to bed. So we got him to bed, but then like this like hunger just came over me, and I was like, because where I had like my morning sickness and stuff, I hadn't eaten in like 2-3 weeks. All of a sudden I was like, I need food, I need it now. So I had like a whole punnet of raspberries. I just like made my way through them, and then, excuse me, I had like some donuts and I had some chocolate and I had just like so much food. I was just eating and eating, and I was like, I missed that. Like, I missed that. So anyway, I went to bed, and now they said to me, get someone to take care of you for 24 hours after your surgery. Like, don't let your husband go to work or whatever. Like, someone needs to be there for you for 24 hours. So Matt took the extra day off work, so we had Saturday off as well. And then he had Sunday off anyway because he has Sundays off work. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And I was really grateful, like, when he took the day off. So then, I don't know, it was really weird. Like, I woke up, I felt fine. Like, I was just tapping away on my iPad and my phone and whatever, just, like, messaging people to, you know, let them know I'd got home all right. And then, like, about 7, like I said before in my video just a few minutes ago, I said, I just suddenly got this pain, and it was just, like, cramps, and I was like, oh, God, like, is this going to get worse? So I took a couple of naproxen and some paracetamol, and then after like 25 minutes, whatever, it went off. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then all of a sudden I felt like a lot better, and I had like some breakfast, and then I felt fine. Matt came downstairs, and like I was cleaning the kitchen. It was like literally I just got off surgery like a few hours ago, and I was cleaning the kitchen. It was immaculate. And he was like, whoa, like you need to slow down a bit. I'm like, no, I'm fine. Just make your tea, go back to bed, like whatever, I'm fine. I just need to do this. I need to do this because, well, like I've been feeling really rubbish, like our house is looking a total mess. So I was like, oh, clean, tidy. I feel like amazing now. Oh my God. I was like cleaning out the fridge, just like getting rid of like old stuff that had gone out of date, like by a while, and like replenishing it, whatever. And then all of a sudden, I was like, whoa, oh my God, I don't feel very well. Like I felt like I was going to faint. I was like, I think I've overdone it. Like I don't feel very well. I like screamed up to Matt. I was like, Matt. And he was like, what the hell is going on? Like, he came running back downstairs again. I was like, please take me to bed because I don't feel very well. He was like, okay. So he like guided me back to bed, laid me down in bed, and he was like, go back to sleep for a bit. So I was like, oh, okay. So it was about 9 o'clock, and I actually managed to get back to sleep until about 10:30. And then I woke up and I felt a lot better. But I don't know, my blood pressure was just a bit funny, and it has been now for like the past few days. Maybe it's just where, I don't know, just like I'm getting, you know, back to how I was. So anyway, so that was a bit weird. I was a bit like worried about that. But then like I woke up and then we ate again, and I was fine. And then we like sat downstairs under the duvet and watched Frozen. Matt had got some like DVDs from Asda and stuff, so we watched Frozen. It was really good. Yeah, we just had a really relaxing day, and it was just really fun. And then Sunday was good as well. We just had another relaxing day. We watched another DVD. We did a bit of shopping. So yeah, it was just really nice, like just spending time. But I'll go into like another video, a little bit more in depth, like how I feel now. But just to kind of summarise, like I don't think we're going to be having any more kids, and I know this is like really devastating. And I think it's kind of going to be the end of my YouTube channel, which I hope like everyone's not really gutted about, because I really enjoy like speaking to you guys. But I just feel like at the moment I'm not really in the right place to like have another child, like start TTCing again. Like this is like 2 in a row now of miscarriages. My first one was natural. This one was like a medicated. I had to have the D&C. So so yeah, it does take a lot. That's the cat. Sorry. It does take a lot of toll, like on your body, and it's just quite a lot to deal with. So I don't think we're going to be having any more kids. But I'm going to make another video anyway, just to kind of like explain, you know, how I feel and stuff. But I just feel so grateful right now for what I've got, and you know, I think that's the most important thing right now, just to kind of, you know, get myself better and get myself in a better place. And I feel alright in myself. Like I've got a few more days off work until I go back, but I don't know, I just feel right now like I just need to take some time for myself. So yeah, I hope everyone's cool. Hope everyone is getting pregnant and, you know, doing really well, and I hope everyone, you know, has a good, happy, healthy 9 months, whatever. But for me, I don't think I'm going to be going down that route anymore, unfortunately. So hope everyone's not too... Also, totally forgot to mention, my eBay, I will link it down below, all the things that I'm selling. It is the fertility monitor sticks for ovulation by Clear Blue, and also a fetal Doppler monitor that you can hear the baby's heartbeat. So I've got those and I'm selling them, and I'll be selling other things like breast pumps and stuff, but my husband saw that like I was getting stuff down and he was like, don't sell it just yet, and I was like, well, and we haven't really, we've kind of talked about it, but he kind of doesn't want me to sell too much stuff right now. So I will put the links down below so you can grab yourself a bargain. Bye ladies!